Well, all right. It is Monday, April 8th, just about 11:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And today was, an okay day. Wasn't a great day because I took a loss on PA2, which is an account I've been struggling to get over the threshold for a payout. And it just seems like inevitably, every time I get really close, I end up enduring a loss. Today, I lost $443 on that account. But then I moved on. That was actually the first trade I took, which is here on this chart. This was the first chart that I traded for the day. And I'll talk about that in a second. But then, fortunately, I did switch charts. And on another chart, you can see the markers here. I was able to take two more trades right behind it and got a couple wins. So PA6, I picked up $92. And on evaluation 27, I actually passed this account today. As you can see here, I made $242, which was well more than I needed to pass the account. So the account finished at 53,185, and so that will be a new PA account tomorrow. Once I get the email, I will go ahead and pay the fee and add that PA to my accounts. So could be worse, could be better. I'm happy to have a new PA. It'll be the fourth current active one I have. Although one of these accounts is really close to, not lasting. Just over $300 in drawdown left on it, and so it's going to take quite a lot of work to bring it back. Only going to be trading one contract at a time on it, so I don't blow it up mid-trade, hopefully. But we'll have to see what I can do with that. So who knows? Maybe I'm adding a new PA, and we'll just lose this one not too long from now, and we'll still be at 3. Or maybe I'll bring this one back and I'll be able to keep all 4. We'll just have to see what happens. For anyone that doesn't typically watch me or is new to watching my channel, I look for second entries. And I'm looking to trade on any tick size chart that I can find where every second entry is working for my profit target for the day. And this chart, every single second entry worked on this chart until I happened to take my first trade of the day, which happened to be the first trade on the day where the chart had a losing entry. So I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, really happy to add a 50K PA. I'm not going to be doing any more new 25K accounts. So regardless, whatever happens with this 25K and this 25K and this evaluation, I'm not going to purchase any more 25Ks for evaluations anymore. I'm just going to stick with the 50s. I've now proven to myself that I can not only pass evaluations with this system, but I can also make enough to get a payout. And so passing this and getting over the payout threshold as well shows me that I can do it on 50Ks. And so I think just having that extra little bit drawdown gives me my best chance of getting these accounts over the finish line. You can see I can endure a loss like today. I lost $443, and yet I still have about $1,000 in drawdown, as you can see here to here. So just shy of $1,000, like 900 and whatever it is, but closer to 1,000. So I like having that drawdown. It just makes it feel a little bit easier to accept the loss and be able to know that I can still make it happen. And as you can see, I'm just going slow. It took me 22 days to pass this account, and I'm willing to put the time and effort in, just let my system play out, and that way I can gauge how I think this will proceed for me as I get into PA accounts. As you can see on PA2, I've now traded it for 41 trading days, and while the account is in good shape, I've still got some work to do now. I've really got work to do because I'm now about 900 away from qualifying again. So got some work to do. We'll see how it goes. Do like and subscribe if you're interested to see how this journey will play out. If I can get to my first payout ever. I just passed my 1-year anniversary on Apex last week. Was really close to getting that first payout in time for the anniversary, but it just didn't work out. And sometimes timing and circumstance is just a thing, and I'm not letting it get to me. And I've still got plenty of players in the game to get me there. Just takes one payout basically to be break even. So Having said all that, let's take a look at the trades today and get this wrapped up. All right, so when I started the day, I had 4 charts that were all good, and then not long after I got started, I lost 2 of those charts on a trade that I would not have taken. I started right at 7 o'clock, so you can see we were kind of ranging. We broke out of the range, we broke out to the bottom side, and then we came back in, and then it was just kind of like a chop fest as I got into the market today. And there was a trade on another chart that was like a short going right into my previous day close, which is this dotted blue line. And that is a new like hard rule for me to not trade going into that line. That if I'm trading a short from above, it could be support. If I'm trading from below, it could be resistance. So I'm only willing to trade off that line in the opposite direction from the line. And so I was able to avoid a trade. I wasn't even really ready yet to trade it, honestly. But if I had been ready, I would have not taken the trade just for that one simple rule, and it would have kept me out of a loser. So moving ahead here, there was technically a first entry long here, and then above this bar was a second entry long, and I didn't quite see it in time. I wasn't ready to trade it. By the time I noticed it, I think it was like happening or just about to happen, just very little time to think about it. And I did not take the trade. In hindsight, I think I should have taken the trade because it was using that previous day close, that blue line like I was talking about, as support. I was just concerned that it was very choppy. It looked very much like we were just in this tight range. But even if I draw it, there's more reason than not to think that at least it'll fill the space to get to the top again before the candle highs here, so of the bodies. So I think it was a trade I could have and should have taken. According to my system, when the price action is working and the charts are running good, I'm supposed to just take every trade for the most part. But because of the way the market's been the last week or two, I've just kind of slowed that down and been a little bit more choosy with my selections. In hindsight, I do wish I took the trade because it would have given me a win on PA2. And that is the most important account right now. It's the current closest to a payout, giving me my best chance to get there anytime soon. So unfortunately, I didn't take that trade. The trade that I did take, as you see here, was a second entry from here. 1 second here. All right, so as I was about to say here, there's a new low here from this bar. So there's a first entry, there's a low, and then there's a new low. So first entry short, second entry short. Now, the reason why I took this is, to me, it looked like a big range. It looked like it was basically going to be a triple test of the highs. So what I was kind of looking at the time in my head was kind of thinking of the range like this. And so it looked like a triple test. And so had a very small bar. It was only 30 ticks of risk. And so I decided, given that overall picture, I felt like it should work for my profit target. Even if it does end up going up, I thought it should work and the chart was running good. Unfortunately, if you go back and watch my stream as it was recorded in real time, I do live stream every day, so check it out, 10 a.m. Eastern. But you can go back and check it out. I was talking about how I thought this might be a risky trade because it probably needs to retest this high. And I was hoping that it would set up where it touched the high, maybe make a new high, and then set up an entry to go short. Unfortunately, if I zoom in real close here, you can see how it just came up just shy of a legitimate retest of the high, and then triggered me into the trade. And so I've seen this happen a few times now, and I think I just have to maybe make it a rule, but I'm not quite yet ready to make it a rule. But reading price action, it made sense to me that we needed to test the high. So when I lost, I wasn't really surprised. It was kind of like a trap me bar because, it got me into the trade, and then it still went, it just barely ticked me out. I mean, it went about a point and a half beyond where I put my stop. And because it was engulfing, I did go ahead and move my stop to the previous swing high, just in case it just only got to a retest and then went the other way. I mean, maybe I could have given it a few more ticks and it would have saved me, but with a PA account that really means the most to me right now, I don't want to put too much risk on. It was already adding more risk than the 30 ticks. And, it got me. It just barely got me. But when you look at this, right, when you look at this, I didn't get it wrong. The price action did move down, and continued to move down, all the way to the bottom of the range, essentially, right? So it wasn't the wrong trade. It wasn't anything wrong with the system. Sometimes trades are going to lose, and this was just one of them. I mean, the timing was just a little bit off, and I had to retest that high first and get a legitimate retest before it went and moved in my direction. Now, the good thing is because I trade multiple charts, anyone that's been following me knows once I get a loss on a chart, I stop trading it for the day, but I do move on to other charts. And fortunately, I had this chart here, and you can see that not long after that first loss, I did switch over to my evaluation that was close to passing. I think I was within what, 60 or 70 bucks to passing. Maybe it was 80, something like that. And so you can see I got this winning trade, more than enough, $242. So I went way overboard in what I needed. But I just had my strategy set for the chart. And so I actually got 26 ticks past the evaluation 27 on this trade. And it was just further confirmation that what I thought was going to happen is what was going to happen. That was going to be a range day, and just had the timing wrong on the first trade. But with my risk management, I don't risk a second trade on the same account. I will only get one loss on an account as long as I'm sticking to my risk management rules for how I'm trading my Apex accounts. So was able to pass it on that trade. And then not too long after, by the way, and it was a new low here. So first entry, second entry short, and it engulfed, and I got in on the engulfing and got out really fast. The next trade, a new low here, first entry short here, and then a second entry short below this bar. Here. And after I entered in, it looked like it was working against me. I didn't have a clean read on it, but I just figured, we weren't going to go higher. I figured after we had kind of tried to break out of the range and couldn't do it a third time. And so it made sense to me that this trade should work. The chart was winning. I'm supposed to take every entry. Took the entry. It worked. I got 10 ticks on this one. Unfortunately, not more than 10 ticks, but I'll take it. And that was for $92 on PA6. And then shortly after that, I had to go and take my daughter to school. And so I was gone for about half hour, 40 minutes, something like that. And then came back and tried to stay and trade the charts a little bit longer, but just nothing materialized for my system where I felt good about taking a trade. So that's where I ended it. And, a little bit of a longer stream today than normal. But today's one of those days. It was like, easily all three trades could have worked. I barely got ticked out for the loss on that one. And, days like that are going to happen. So just unfortunate timing for this PA that I keep managing to lose. Even last week on Thursday, I had a winner on that account, and I still managed to take a $70 loss because of a copier issue. So it's just been a real battle to try to make it happen, but I'm still in the game, and I'm still going to just keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully I'll get there maybe by the next payout window. We'll see. So having said all that, the day could have been better. It could have been worse. But I do like trading the system the way I'm trading, where I'm switching accounts after each individual trade. I'm only trading one account per trade for the most part, and once I have a trade on an account, I move on to the next. And whether it's a win or a loss, I don't put extra risk on that account for that day. So it's definitely helping me with my psychology, able to take this loss on this PA account, which again is the account that matters the most to me. But I'm able to take the loss on it, move on, and pick up a couple wins on the other accounts. And this is a good example of today overall, if you add up these numbers, I'm down about $110 altogether. So if I was just trading one account, I'd be looking at a red day, and it wouldn't feel too good. I'd be down $110. It wouldn't be terrible. It's a pretty small loss to be down $110 if all these trades were on one account. But it feels better that I passed an evaluation today and I made this account a little bit better today. And so it's nice to see some green on the board on a couple accounts, in contrast with the red account. And so, that's how I'm able to trade here and keep my mind right, keep my head in a good place. And, even though the loss is bigger than any of the wins. It's just on one account. And ultimately, as I add PAs, the theory goes that no single account will matter. I'm willing to absorb a loss on one account to better other accounts. And the more I build up more PAs, the more true that will be. And then eventually these PAs will start hitting the promised land, the payouts. And, if I blow up accounts along the way, I blow them up. But this seems to be working for me where I've passed, this is now the third evaluation I've passed using the system inside of 3 months. Well, just outside of 3 months, right? 3 months and a week. I've been able to pass 3 evaluations, as well as all of the profit on PA2 is all from the strategy trading this year, as well as all the profit on these other accounts. So if you add up all the profit, I'm doing well overall, and I'm just going slowly because I really want to get that money back in my pocket before I start laying in a ton more fees. But as it goes right now, I will need 2 max payouts to be profitable, which isn't asking for a whole lot. If I were to get all of these accounts into PA accounts over time, and that means I have 8 accounts, I would think that I should be able to get at least 2 accounts to a payout, which would, at the end of the day, if I didn't do anything else, if I blew up 6 accounts and only got 2 to pay out and didn't have any more fees, I should be profitable at that point regardless. So we'll see if I can do it. Check out my live stream every day between 10 a.m. Eastern and 12:30, and like and subscribe so you can follow me on my journey if this is interesting to you. 80% discount still going on with the Apex. You can use this code or any other. Just make sure you use a code so you get the best discount, which is 80% until the end of the month, April 30th. 1 day pass is still a thing and happening until April 30th as well as I think $35 resets. So maybe it's half price resets. I'm not sure. Check it out. I have a description down below with a link, and it'll take you to Apex's website, and then you can check out all the information they have on there. You can decide what account size you want, and the 80% works on any account size you may choose. Other than that, happy about adding 1 new 50K PA, and let's see how I can proceed this week. The other positive thing about today is 3 trades today. So coming off a week where I only had 4 trades for the whole week, and my highest number of trades in the day last week was only 2. I've already surpassed that. So, after tomorrow, I may have more trades than I've had all of last week. So that would be a good sign. I did like the way the price action was moving a little bit better today in terms of volume and just, structure, except for the bit of choppiness to start the day here. So maybe I'll have a good chance here. In any case, I think I've said it all, and I appreciate you watching. Hope you had a good trading day, and I'll be back at it tomorrow. Hope you'll join me. All right, I'm out of here.